Hello everyone, just a slight disclaimer as always before watching this video. This video is based off the Murder Drone series, concept art, and a handful of tweets, so the majority of this is just pure speculation, so take this video with a grain of salt. And if you want to help support my channel, remember to like and subscribe. As we patiently await for the Murder Drone's finale, I thought I would give my predictions on what will go down in the next two episodes, from the villains we'll meet, to the heartwarming moments, and even to the tragedy of N's death. We know that after the events of episode 6, N, Tessa, and Uzi are plummeting down an elevator shaft. All we knew about this location was that it led to Cabin Fever Labs. Mind you that up until now, we never knew what this area looked like other than some sort of lab. Thanks to the finale teaser though, we have a glimpse into what's in store for us, and it's not what I was expecting. From these few screenshots, we can conclude that this area isn't the same old office building or heck, your proper lab at all. We can see this Disney-looking castle thing, complete with gates, columns, and the sharp-pointed top all fancy castles have in Disney. What this structure is beyond me. We can see a human skull to the bottom right and some writing that says "The End" or something along those lines. From the file cabinet, we conclude that yes, this is the lab. The structure appears to be in a cave of sorts. This cave also comes with lightning? We don't have a ton of info, so why an old castle is resting in this cave is something we'll have to save for another time. In terms of candidates for the villains who can show up for the finale, we can only expect one, or three I guess, and that's Doll and these two Sentinels. Jay's back on the Switch and has switched sides. Eldritch Jay is, well, non-existent at the moment. It's possible that Uzi could shift to the dark side during the finale, but I'll get to that later. We aren't exactly aware of Sin's location or actual well-being, though we can expect her.
Thanks for giving me the planet, friggin' idiot.
For all we know, she died with Earth and just lives on as some code in the Absolute Solver cloud. And finally, our heroic Allison Bow died during episode 6, so needless to say, we will be expecting some newbies for this finale. I suspect 3 plausible candidates for the finale. As I theorized in my V sacrifice video, I suspect that V might take on this Eldritch form, but it's going to be a rogue Eldritch since she is no longer under Sin's administration. The other 2 might catch you off guard. If you remember, we got the teasers for the Sentinels in episode 4, with not only this picture that could be seen under the floorboards, but also this tattered paper and claw piece. It's possible that these 2 other papers might be related to the upcoming villains. The first is this eye creature, presumably a larger specimen from the scene I always theorize about. The other thing, however, is much more creepier than anything we have seen previously. This creature I presume to be a poltergeist, a claim that appears to be coming out of the blue, but when we look at this cliffside concept art, we can see striking similarities in the eyes, hair, and long neck piece. So now let's put on our thinking caps. What is going to happen in the finale? We can possibly conclude that Uzi might beat Sin, or that Uzi might find a cure for the Absolute Solver. However, there might be something in store for us in the finale, that being Uzi and Doll are going to reunite with their parents. This ties into both my Nori Never Died and my Truth of the Murder Drones theories. As Sin's plot finds itself getting steadily back online, Uzi and Doll will pair up and reunite with their parents, finally ridding themselves of the Murder Drone menace, at least according to Sin. For Uzi in particular, let's just say an angsty overlord is gonna go down. I think it's time I finally follow through with something I claimed 2 months ago. I believe that serial designation N is going to die. Shocking, I know. But why, you may ask? As I said in my Henry Emily speech, the 2 close calls V had with Doll and Solver Uzi led me to believe that she would die, and look where we are now. Out of all the characters that could get offed, N is the only one that would make sense. To start with, he is the only character we as an audience and Uzi as a character has an attachment to. Sure, some tears would be shed if Thad or Lizzie died, Uzi would be shocked to see her father die, and Doll is the only available villain for this finale, so that limits all other options. Though my actual reason for why I believe N's going to die comes with my main prediction for the finale. It has been alluded to for quite some time that N killed Nori, and while I didn't believe it at first, some evidence would show that N does have some guilty conscience whenever Nori is mentioned.
Not like they tried negotiating with my mom.
Узи, тебя вправду взял сторону дронов-убиец? И они единственные, кто потеряла из-за них семью.
Fight me!
For Nori to return, still under Sin's influence, Nori could drop the bomb that N killed her. We know for a fact that N didn't kill her, more or less covered up her disappearance, but N doesn't know that, and neither does Uzi. Out of rage, confusion, and sorrow, Uzi would enter a second solver mode, completely unhinged and vengeful. Uzi would have to decide who was telling the truth, her mother or her new boyfriend. As N would probably not know the answer to this claim either, he would have to find a way to prove his innocence, but running or fighting would put himself deeper and deeper in the mud. The only way to prove his innocence would just to be accepting his fate, and let Uzi kill him. It may be enough to tip Uzi to stop Sin and save the universe, of course. After all, it was N who snapped Uzi out of solver mode the first time. He can do it again a second time. On the flip side though, Uzi might trust N over her mom. After all,
Семью.
Fight me! Whoever started this wants us to fight. I'm not dealing with anything well, but I'm done dealing with everything alone.
and that, ladies and gentlemen, is my predictions for the finale of Murder Drones. No concluding thoughts this time around. I'm happy to announce that this will be the final Murder Drone theory for episode 6 before I move on to other projects, so we'll finally get to talk about some Amazing Digital Circus. Another project I will hopefully get done with this week is the final part of my Murder Drone OCs Explained, something that I've been looking forward to for quite some time now. This week's secret word will be hashtag RIP serial designation N. And now for the shoutouts. Shout out to DCP 3789 and Vehan Oyuru 6. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to like and subscribe. Thank you!